Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So happy and excited to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you today to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is what you reveal on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. I'm grateful and thankful for this wonderful opportunity to come to you on this morning to lead you in today's grief devotion. Today is day 106. I'm so glad y'all in the mix. We're going to talk about I am finding a new normal. I am finding a new normal as I begin to navigate through this grief journey. I am finding a new normal. Let's talk about it. My life will never go back to the way it was. Never, ever, ever go back to the way it was. I will never be the same as I was. This is a reality of navigating through the grief journey. That your life will never go back to the way it was. It will never be the same when you encounter any type of loss, change, and transition. Right? Oftentimes, whether you want it to go back to the way it used to be or not, is simply not going to happen. Things have forever changed. Your life has forever changed because of what you encountered. There is no going back to the old normal, but I'm working on building a new normal. As I do so, it's important for me to remember that my new normal can be anything I want it to be. There's no going back to the old normal, but you are going to develop a new normal. I've lived long enough to understand, here it is, I said before, that seasons change. Seasons change. I'm talking about whether it's death, whether it's divorce, whether it's a new job, a new career path, whether it is a new state. I've seen all of these transitions happen and take place in life. And I've seen people who had their old normals, right? Their old normals, their old habits, their old routines, the old things that they were attached to. And I've seen them in that element, and I've lived long enough to see them transition into something new. I've seen people transition to new states and get new jobs and build community and family and new routines. I've seen people who were married who got divorced or their spouse died, and now they've gotten remarried, right? Or now they have moved on, right? And now they got new family, they got a new baby, they got new experiences, they got new people. I've seen people at a job or career, and they left that job and they've started another one, or they became entrepreneurs and now they're flourishing inside their new business. I've seen this time and time again. And I've seen people go through the transition of having old routines and old normals, right? Then life happens and seasons change and seasons switch, and they navigate through that difficult process. But then on the other side, they come out with new habits and new normals and new routines. Y'all, I have seen it, right? And I want to tell you, as you deal with whatever the loss, change, and transition that you dealt with, in particular here, we talk about death. And I know it may be hard for you to imagine, but you can develop new normals, right? Life, we can't go back. It's not going to be the same. There's no going back to the old normal, but I'm also working on building new normals. And this is the thing, y'all. As you do so, it's important for you to remember that the new normal can be anything you want it to be. This is part of the process of even moving forward. It's developing new normals, right? It is developing new normals. Sometimes we have to let go of the idea of what we had in mind and understand that we have to develop new normals. And I know you could have been married for 20 years and they've transitioned and they've gone on, right? And you've been used to routines and places and restaurants and all of these things and old habits for 20 years. But part of the grieving process is to develop new normals, right? New places, new routines, new habits, new restaurants, right? Or you may even go back to the old restaurant and just maybe by yourself, right? But part of the morning process is to develop new normals, because you got to remember there's still more chapters in the book of your life. There are still more miles in the journey of your life, right? You are still moving forward. Your life is not over. So part of moving forward, part of the grief process, part of mourning, part of it all is understanding I can't go back to my old normals, but I can develop new normals. I can develop new routines, and it can look like whatever you want it to look like, right? If there were things about my old normal I didn't like, I have the power to change them. And the things about my old normal that I love and I'm missing, well, those I am grieving, right? There's some things about the old that you ain't like no way. So you got the power to change, and that's beautiful. But there are things that perhaps you loved, no longer have the opportunity to do. And this is a wonderful opportunity, right? You grieve them. You grieve them. Talk about it. How you feel about it. Deal with it. Unpack it. Go through that process. You grieve them, right? But even as I'm grieving and honoring what I've lost, I'm on the lookout for new possibilities to help fill in the gaps. Be on the lookout for new possibilities to help fill in the gaps. Because guess what? You're not done living, right? You're not done living. Go through the process of letting go of the reality of what it was and what you imagine it would be. Mourn it. Go through that process, right? Unpack it, feel it, reveal it so you can heal it, and start to develop new normals to help you to navigate towards this new you that you're becoming. Look at this final thought, y'all. I love it. Being at peace with whatever is, that's my new normal. Being at peace with whatever is, that's my new normal. Being at peace with whatever is, that's my new normal. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. Thank y'all for joining us on today. Y'all got any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Any questions on today? I'm here for them. I want to answer them. Any questions that you may have for today? I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep hanging in there. We're going to navigate through this thing together. We're going to navigate through this thing together. And I'm excited about the wonderful opportunity that we have to do just that. So, no questions. Y'all be quiet. I appreciate y'all, though. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hang in there. Hope and pray you have a marvelous Monday. As a matter of fact, let's get ready to Monday. Let's go.